Hello, it is Tuesday. I have come home at a fantastic time. My journey home was the best I think I've ever had, so that's lovely. And Wayne's home as well, which is really nice, and he's gonna do supper tonight. He did also do it last night, so it's not like, oh, finally he's doing it. It's like, it's so nice that I don't need to worry. And he did the dishes, which is usually my job, so I'm so happy about that. But anyway, I just wanted to actually talk about yesterday, because I was gonna film stuff, and then I didn't have my camera with me during the day, and when I got home there was a lot happening, a lot I had to do, so I didn't film. But I was thinking all day. Actually, let me backtrack to Sunday. I unexpectedly had a shift at work, and one of the people I worked with is also a runner, and we were talking about running, and then she also goes to dance classes, different ones to me, but she was saying how she hasn't really gone to a dance class in a while because she had to train for a 10k and she didn't want to injure herself or overwork herself, her body, and she was saying how now she's finished with the 10k, hopefully she can go back to dance classes, and that inspired me. I was like, I should go to a dance class, and I knew that Wayne was working yesterday, so I thought, let me see what there is, and there was a tap class, and I haven't tapped in so long, so the whole day, I didn't book it, but all of Monday at work I was watching it and thinking, do I want to book it? Do I want to go? And at one point it looked like I was going to finish work really early at like 3, and I thought, if that's the case, I don't want to be waiting around in London for 2 hours to attend the dance class. But then we unexpectedly had some extra things on, and so I finished at 4:45 instead of 5, and so I thought that's worth it. So I went, and it was not easy, but it was fun. I enjoyed moving, and I enjoyed using that part of my brain and my feet again, so I'm really glad I went. But what was also really nice was walking around London, and there were all these people walking around with their marathon medals, and like this was the day after the marathon, and I wasn't expecting that, and it just made me really happy. I was like, yes! And it's so funny because I feel like before last year I paid absolutely no attention to the London Marathon or any marathons or any running things, but now I'm like looking out for it, so yeah, that made me very happy. And then I was trying to figure out the timing with me and Wayne, with me finishing the dance class and him coming home from work, and who would get here first, what would need to be done, etc. And in the end, we decided on a meal together, and I figured I would be home first, so I would go to the shops. And I feel like I had the best run at the shops I've had in a long while, in the sense of everything I wanted. I did go at like 8 o'clock, but everything I wanted almost was on discount. I got 2 avocados. I bought the ripe, or I put the ripe and ready ones, the packet of 2, in my cart, and that was, I think, call it £2.50 or something. And then I was walking towards the reduced section, and I found multiple avocados, slightly smaller, but each for 15p. I did only buy 2 because the rest of the ones all looked like squishy and not very nice, whereas these 2 looked okay, and I knew we were going to be using them that night for guacamole. But actually they were much greener than I was expecting. I thought they would be a little bit brown too, but they were completely green more or less, so I was very happy about those. And more or less everything else we needed was also on discount, so I was thrilled, I was chuffed. But then I did still have to do an hour of work for one of my other jobs, so Wayne very kindly did the cooking while I did the work, and that was very nice for me. That's exactly the kind of life I want to live, where I'm working, he's cooking, I finish work and it's ready. Like, what a dream. And it was very good food. He did very well. And the guacamole especially was actually standout. So yeah, it was a very good night. And then we started watching The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. We didn't finish it because I was too tired, but we are going to see it next month. In fact, less than a month from today. And so I want to watch all of the musicals again and the Nightmare Times, and, you know, get all the lore before we see it in May. So that was really fun because I haven't actually seen it in ages, and I used to listen to it every night before bed, or like as part of my falling asleep routine, so I can quote it inside out. But yeah, it was really fun. And then today work's been pretty chill. I finished 2 books and I'm 2/3 of the way through a third, actually more than 2/3. I'm like 80% of the way through, and I only started that one today, so yeah, it was very good. And as I said, I had a good journey home, and then Wayne, I'll help Wayne obviously with the food tonight, but he's gonna organize the food, which is nice. And I might attend this event that I was sent a link about. I'll see. It's like a digital Zoom link. But the main thing I want to share is that I have finally booked my tickets to go to Holland in like 10 days time. And I was getting very nervous about it, and I was just waiting for the right deal to come up. And I was looking on train tickets more than anything, and I decided, I saw the deal finally came up today, and I thought, oh, that's great, but let me just check, just in case there's a flight that's, you know, the same or better. And lo and behold, the flight, even with the cost of getting to the airport, because for some reason that was on sale too, the overall, everything included, is cheaper. So I've booked the flight and it gets in like 20 minutes after my cousin's. And I'll be traveling with just a backpack. I think they'll have a case. So I think it'll work out perfectly. And I'm super excited. I'm really glad I'm going. I'm sad it's so short. Like, it's literally, I'm landing Friday afternoon and I leave early Sunday morning. So it's essentially like 36 hours, but I'm so glad I can go and I'm really looking forward to it. And I can't believe how soon it is. And the Friday that I'm leaving is the Friday my mum arrives. And if I'd been taking the train, I probably wouldn't have had a chance to see her. But because I am flying, I probably will have like 2 or 3 hours just to quickly say hi, maybe have breakfast or something together. So that's nice too. So yeah, overall, I'm in very good spirits. But I am gonna leave you now and just chill. Maybe I'll film some of the cooking tonight, depending on what we're doing. But I just wanted to share that because I'm feeling good, feeling happy. Also, I really like what I'm wearing today. I spent ages debating it, but I'm very happy. All right, bye. I'm gonna try and go for a quick like 3K, maybe 4K. We'll see how I feel. Let's go. 4K done. Hello. I am so glad I went for that run this morning. I felt like I wanted to go, but because Wayne was home, I was just like, oh, what if he wakes up? Like, I don't want to miss our time together. And I knew that I had to go to work around 1, and I just wanted to make the most of our time because he is out this evening. But he woke up more or less as I got back, which I don't know if I woke him or not, but worked out very well because it meant obviously I didn't really miss any time with him. And I didn't have any bananas, but I did have a tangerine before I went for the run. And I just figured that's something at least, but honestly, I don't think it was enough. I definitely felt, and again, I don't know if this is food-wise or if it's just this being the first thing I do in the morning, or if it's, I don't know, not warming up properly, or if it's that I did a tap class on Monday and my feet, and obviously a run on Sunday, and like maybe my feet are, or my legs just aren't ready to be doing more. I don't know. But they definitely felt heavy, so that was a little bit annoying. But I did it, and I ended up doing 4K, and I think in that 4K I ran for 100 meters, or no, sorry, I walked for 100 meters between 3.5 and 3.6, and everything else I ran. And just before 3.5 was me going up the hill, so like at least I pushed myself up the hill, and at least I got that far, to be honest, because I really was struggling, and I felt like it was a push to get to 3, so to then still be able to do another 500 meters without stopping, and you know, in total another kilometer, I'm pretty pleased with. Let's quickly have a look at the actual run. Again, the first kilometer I felt like I was going faster than I wanted to, but I feel like that's just always going to happen. My average pace was 7:19, so actually still like pretty quick by my standards. I feel like when I was doing longer runs, I was more like 7:30, 7:40, 7:50. So, you know, 7:19 for me, I'm happy with. There we go. First kilometer was 6:58. So definitely my fastest split. Then 7:30, 7:19 and 7:28. So 7:28 when I walked 100 meters is still pretty good to me. And there's what it looks like. Ta-da. So you can see here where it was mostly going uphill, I'm still fairly consistent. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty pleased. And then I got home, I had a piece of bread with Biscoff, which again wasn't really what I wanted, but it's all I had. And then I had a shower, washed my hair as you can tell, which was lovely. And then I can't remember what I was doing or what we were doing, if we were about, I don't think we'd planned what we were going to do. I think I must have just come out of the shower. I don't know at what point this happened, but I got a call with some pretty more rubbish news, sort of following on from the last bit of rubbish news. So that wasn't fun. And that kind of, you know, obviously affected things. And so after a little bit of being sad, although let's be real, I'm gonna continue to be sad, I asked Wayne if he would be happy to watch some Parks and Rec with me, because that's what we've been watching like as our fun show at the moment. Thank goodness it's not Scrubs anymore, because that would have knocked me out, I think. But yeah, we watched a bit of Parks and Rec. I think we watched 2 or 3 episodes, I can't remember how many. And then I got ready for work. And then that was it. And it was hard to leave for work. And I'm gonna be honest, everything's a bit hard at the moment. And I think it's gonna continue to be hard for a little while, or a long while, I don't know. And definitely walking to work was difficult. But then once I was in work, actually I was hoping that once I was in work, talking to people, being distracted with my job and whatever else would help. But unfortunately when I walked in, there was no one else there. So I mean, I was fine, but I'm just very fragile. And eventually people came and we chatted and whatever, but they all left before me. So again, I was getting a little bit sad and in my own thoughts towards the end of the shift, but we got through it. And now I'm home and now I can fully because I definitely felt like I was trying to keep things at bay at work. And I'm going to. and that's okay. And then I'll probably just watch some YouTube and probably eat my last burger with the rest of the mash that I still have. And, you know, just keep going. It's really interesting. I don't remember the last time, and thankfully for this, the last time I felt so fragile. I know I felt a bit fragile when I was leaving Australia and I was very close to tears constantly, but this is different. This has been different since I got the first bit of bad news, like last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and now it's just like even more. But it's so interesting to be so close to tears so much. And I think that's just where I'm gonna be. And that's okay. But I'm gonna go now because I need to allow myself to feel properly, and I feel like I can't do that. Not completely, like obviously I'm telling you all my thoughts and feelings and whatnot. But I also feel like I'm trying to keep a little bit at bay while I talk to you. So I'm going to go. I'm gonna just have a night, and I'll see you whenever I have something to report. The fun thing, the good news, is that tomorrow I'm finally going to get some clothes altered that I've been wanting to get altered for a long time, including the rainbow thing. So that will be good. I'm looking forward to that. Well, they won't necessarily be ready by tomorrow, obviously, but I'm going to drop them off, and I'm very happy about that. Anyway, right, I'll see you in a bit. Goodbye. Hello, it is 4 o'clock. I've just come back from work / going to the tailor, and I'm very happy. The tailor was a little bit late, but that's okay. It was very quick once I was there, just throw things on, pin some stuff, and that was it. So overall, I'm just happy. I'm so pleased that I've like dropped it off. It'll be ready hopefully next week or the week after. And I'm so happy to finally have these items of clothing, some of which have been in my cupboard for like 5 years, that I can finally wear. And then I went to the shops. We're gonna make shepherd's pie tonight. I'm gonna do the mince. Wayne's gonna make new mashed potato because he doesn't trust mine. So
Whoa, no, that's not true. It's because it's from the freezer.
Yeah, but he doesn't trust my frozen mashed potato, which is fair. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have shepherd's pie. And I'm first gonna eat something because I, again, haven't eaten properly. I feel like I've just been really bad at eating recently. My suppers have been okay, but everything else has not been. So I'm gonna have a wrap with the leftover refried beans. I don't think there's loads else to share. Hopefully it'll just be a chill evening. Work was good, and I'm doing probably another half hour to an hour tonight, but like that'll be chill. And I'm gonna be honest, last night I really struggled to fall asleep and stay asleep. But today I've been okay, which is good. Yeah, so those are the updates. I will speak to you whenever next have something to share, but I might share the mince with you. We'll see. I'm excited about it. All right, bye. Hello. We've had a bit of a change of plan. I ended up having to do a bit more work, so we're going to hold off on the shepherd's pie for today. And Wayne decided to make, at first he was going to make the shepherd's pie, but then I said I kind of wanted to do it my way, and so he found another recipe that we've saved. We've saved so many recipes that we never try. Thank you, Wayne. And it's like it's meant to be chicken wrap something or other, and it smells and looks so good. So I'm just going to show you, and then we're going to enjoy. And I cannot wait. It smells, it's been smelling good since he started cooking like an hour ago, so I'm very excited. So he's given us 1.5 to begin with, so you can kind of see what it looks like on the inside. We've used corn pieces as our fake chicken, and it just looks so good. I'm so excited. Yay! Hello, Shavuot Tov, good evening. Shabbat has gone out about 5 minutes ago. I've just pulled up my laptop to watch the StarKid live stream for their new show, which is very exciting. And I'm gonna have some supper. There's half of the burrito that Wayne made, so I'm gonna have that. I've had a pretty good day. We went out for lunch, or I went to my grandma's for lunch, but there were a lot of people, family members, so that was really lovely. And then I've been reading Project Hail Mary. Wayne's friend had a physical copy of the book, and I had put my name down on waiting lists at my libraries, but unfortunately there's long waiting lists. And the truth is, I had very little interest in reading the book, but Wayne's very keen to see the film, and he thinks I'm gonna really like the film, so he wants me to come with him. But I said I don't want to see the film until I've read the book. But I would say about a quarter of the way through, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. So yeah, it's been nice doing that today. And as I say, now I'm just gonna watch some YouTube and see what else I want to do. But feeling pretty chill, which is nice. And then tomorrow, my cousin's birthday was on Friday, but we're going to celebrate tomorrow. We're going to like an airport, but like a mini airport. I don't really know what we're doing, but I'll come and we'll see. Hopefully it'll be fun. And then I have Monday off, which feels so strange to me. There are a number of bank holidays in the British calendar year, and I don't think there's been a single bank holiday that I haven't worked, because even though one of my jobs is usually closed, usually the other two are both open, so I volunteer to work those days and get asked to work those days. But on this occasion, two of my jobs are closed, and the other person wants to work, so fine by me. So I have the day off, and Wayne has the day off, and I feel at a loss. I feel like I'm worried about wasting it, but I hope I won't. So we'll see what we do on Monday. I hope we'll be able to do something. But yeah, I'll keep you posted about both those days. But for now, I'm gonna eat and watch, and I'll see you probably tomorrow. Hello, we are about to go meet my grandma and cousin and everyone else and go to this airport, and no one really knows what we're doing, but we're gonna have fun, hopefully. Wayne dressed me today. There's gonna be a whole separate video about that. It might have gone out before you're watching this. So hence why I'm dressed real fancy, and I'm like nervous about it, but I do love this dress, so I'm okay with it. And it's nice. It's nice to like wear this dress when I so rarely do. So yeah, that's the update. I'll try and take you along, but I don't really know what there's gonna be worth showing. But we'll see. All right, bye. Hello, we're back from our day out. I only managed to get one plane taking off on camera, but we actually got to see quite a few taking off and landing, and a helicopter as well leaving. So that was all very cool, very fun. And we had nice lunch. And actually, I think in the end it was cheaper than I was expecting, so I'm very glad about that. And I'm very, very full. And so is Wayne. So we're not even sure if we're gonna make anything for supper tonight, because we're quite full and it's 5 o'clock. But we're just gonna have a chill evening. I think we're both feeling a bit tired. Even though like it was lots of fun, but we're both introverts, so being around people and socializing definitely takes it out of us. So we did have a nice time, but I think we're both ready to wind down. And I'm gonna, I think, get into my pajamas, get cozy, and that'll be it. And maybe if we do end up making anything or doing anything fun tonight, I will share that. But otherwise we're thinking of going to mini golf tomorrow, so I will definitely share that. Until then. Hello, we have spent the morning, I read a bit, it's been fairly chill, and then we filmed a video which I don't know, I think it might go up before this, but it's gonna be a while. Thank you so much. I am actually gonna eat that before we go out.
Banana for scale.
Anyway, so that's been our morning, and now we're about to head off to a park, and I'll bring you along. We'll see what we can spot. There's meant to be a zoo there as well, so we should have some fun, and yeah, I'll take you along with us. Yay! So we've just come back. We had a lovely time. It was so nice. I'd say we spent about 2 hours in the park, but then we also obviously had to get there and back. But it was so nice. It was so lovely. The zoo, so we went to this place called Golders Park Zoo, and it's a free zoo. We found out about it online. And it was more impressive than I was expecting. There were more animals and it was more fun. And then we just walked around. It's quite a big park. It's attached to Hampstead Heath, but we decided not to go in there because we were both getting a bit tired. But even just the park itself, I thought it was quite a small park, but actually there was loads. Lots of greenery, lots of flowers, lots of nature, so would recommend. And yeah, it was just lovely, but we are both a little bit pooped now. So we're going to sit down and chill. But yeah, definitely a big success. We've tried something new for supper today. It's similar to what we make, but slightly different flavours. And I've made this, which is meant to be like a garlicky laffa something. So we'll see how it tastes. Yay!